and welcome back to the MEC. This is week 2 of the Valorant action. I am still Tucker Hayes. This is my good friend Shibby. We are just about ready to get into our third matchup of the day.
Yeah, I mean, we've got two pretty solid colleges. We obviously saw all these guys duke it out a couple weeks ago at the LAN. Obviously, everybody remembers Ohio Northern University was the victor of that. But, Tucker, I don't got really a lot of time to talk about that because we're getting right into the thick of it. Split for map 1. And, Tucker, I kind of want to hear your opinion on Split because I feel like, no pun intended, a lot of people's opinions on the map are very split.
Yeah, we saw Split a little bit ago. I'm trying to remember which match it was. I'm wanting to say it was the Ohio Northern match where we saw Split, and Ohio Northern didn't have too hard of a time with it. They were on defense most of the time. I feel like it's a much more defender-sided map, especially nowadays with the current meta.
Yeah, and also, like, you can pick things like the Cypher, which obviously got buffed a couple patches ago. Obviously, things like the Viper. We've seen double controller. Interesting to see double controller on Split. Usually, we typically see just like the singular Omen. We'll see like a double duelist. But it looks like Cornell are going for a bit of a wackier composition right now. I believe those 4 agents are locked in right now. So the Rays, obviously super standard, really good nades across pretty much every single bomb site. You can stop a flood very, very well. So this last agent being locked in from Lend here, I want to see if they'll actually end up taking the Cypher as their Sentinel, if they'll maybe get a little bit more spicy, maybe take something like a Chamber, or they could even go something like Killjoy. Although, simply because there's a Raze on the enemy side, it's very hard to get those like really stock standard setups that we see that can like pretty much lock down a site by itself. But let's see what they lock in as they're ticking down the seconds right now. Lend, what are we going to play here?
I don't think they're going to switch off of the Cypher. They had a lot of Cypher plays coming out earlier on in the Ohio Northern game. I can't remember who played the Cypher. All I know is that they had some insane one-ways and some absolutely unbelievable plays coming out. Ohio Northern, on the defense, they went to, I believe it was something like 9-3. They had a really easy time on the defense. And if things go to plan, Cornell will have a similar ending.
Yeah, I mean, they also just have a lot more, like, stalling power, right? They've got the Astra, they've got, the Viper, who I think is like a half Sentinel, half controller in my mind, where she has a really good stall potential, right, with the orb, with the snake fights, but then she also can kind of cut a wall across the mid here and just make it so you can't really work your way up mid, you can't really work your way up onto sides here. So, I mean, based on the composition Cornell has, composed for themselves, they kind of have to go up like 9-3, 8-4, right? If it's 7-5 or 6-6 or anything like that, if it's a little too close for comfort, I feel like their offensive capabilities are just not there.
That will definitely be an issue if it comes to it, but there is a term for it. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. First round, it is Cornell on the defense, and this is where they will likely have the easier time, so not blame them at all for going with the hyper defensive route, because you can easily sneak away with 9 rounds, maybe even 10 if you're careful and you know exactly what you're doing. So why not play into that? Play a little more defensive with the Astra and the Cypher. While Simpson, they're playing a little bit more default, more balanced, I would say, with a such as a Raze and an Omen. Fits a little bit better for the more balanced side, because really they can work on pretty much either side. And the Sage, that's an interesting pick. I'm not sure how to feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're just going for like the substandard walling mid or walling certain objectives here, but right now they're going to flood through mid here, and yeah, Phet, he's just got to back up, don't take any damage, and maybe play the retake. Your Cypher alone on the site right now. Let's see how much damage you can do.
Scribe peeking out. I don't think Phet saw the gun barrel.
Oh!
Nice flick though, catches them. Make it a 4 versus 4. As the retake started to come in, you got to be careful about that corner player to the right of Banthanor, and Banthanor still catches the frag out. Last 2 players on the site. Blight gets blinded, and Phet runs out of bullets, but I don't think that will be an issue, as we got Blight down to a very small amount of HP. Cable diffusing. It's already half. There's no shot for them to hold it out, and the defenders will take round number 1. The pistol goes their way easily.
Yeah, and an interesting plant spot, right? I mean, they planted for the default here, and unfortunately, it just wasn't, planted for the jet player. And so even with that flank, even with that monumentous kind of heaven flank, just couldn't get the job done here. And really nice from Cornell. Even though Cypher went down super early, they were still able to play that retake fairly well. It was essentially a 4v4 on that bomb site for the longest time, just because Jet was kind of lurking around. She was kind of trying to get a flank, and she was just a little too slow here. And so now we get into the kind of bonus, or not bonus, but the buy round for Cornell here. And all intents and purposes, they should just win this.
Mid push, Cornell holding it up. Banzai has a shot, lands it on the head. kbull goes down. Your initiator has been weakened and eliminated.
Supply destroyed.
1-4. Trying to shoot through the smoke, but Siders is just a little bit too swifty. Now here comes a big push. Heaven getting spotted out. Phet in an awkward position, has to run around. We saw them in this exact same position just this last round. This time, Lin 4 decides to play from CT, catches Anomaly off, and gets the frag. No more heals for him. And now the raise goes down, makes this a 4 versus 3. This raid take's going to be a little bit easier.
Spike planted.
Oh, that is Odin from Banthanor just gets absolutely demolished. And right now it's Astra, and I said they should win this, but instead they just absolutely get just outplayed across the map here. The flood into the mid, into the really nice trading. I mean, that was a wacky buy round from Cornell. I was not expecting the Odin coming out from the Viper, but now you've given away such a powerful gun.
Yeah, that is borderline an unacceptable gun to give up on the second round. I don't like the buy of the Odin on the second round, period. But to give it up, that is just completely screwing yourself. And now it's the third round, and they have a Judge, they have Spectres, and also an Odin. That's the elephant in the room. They have an Odin. And Simpson College is going to have a really nice time with it. There's not much that Cornell will be able to do.
And I like this aggressive wall, right? You were talking about the Sage. What value does it bring on the offensive side? Well, this guy just walled off screens completely, so you can't really do much about it here. And yeah, I don't know how Cornell's going to be able to walk their way in here. Guns ablazing, and unfortunately they go down. Blight picks up 3 on the back end, and it is just lamping screens, and unfortunately it's a very dim Astra.
Gun here.
Well, this round, not even taking too much damage either. I believe it was only Blight who took a little bit of damage, and they took about 50. Now buying back up again. We do have Banthanor on the Odin yet again. I remember from last week, Banthanor did like the Odin quite a bit. That was kind of their baby. But you gotta wait a little bit longer than the second round, because if you happen to lose that anti-eco, you are just completely done. You reverse any advantage that you have going for you. You don't have that much if you lose the anti-eco and you're going to the next round, but you really don't have one if you lose an Odin. Cage comes out.
He just gets absolutely rushed down. Unfortunately, he cannot hold that site solo as Cypher. One of the trips got tripped up by the Jet, and then you see the Rays just flying in. That's kind of the strength of this double duelist, right? These heavy diving in duelists that they can just do that here, as Lamp gets taken out in gravel here. And unfortunately, this defense is not holding for Cornell.
Siders long range shot as well, and there we got Banthanor. You gotta land your shot. That marks 2 rounds with the Odin. That just does not have anything in store for Banthanor. Spike ticks down. Phet runs away, trying to save this Odin out. But they're on the hunt. They know exactly what Phet has, and they know that they're low too. Can they survive? And the opposite question is, can they hunt perfectly?
No, he's back in. Oh, Siders finds Phet sneaking around. I like the chase down just to kind of break their economy even a little bit more in here. And really, I feel like the Odin is such a situational gun, right? Like, it's very good on certain maps. one of the maps I think of is Ascent, right? Where it's like so good, right? Haven as well. Two of the maps where a lot of wall bangable spots, a lot of like little cheesy kind of, you can hide behind one site and just spam the bomb here. I don't know if I love it on Split unless you're kind of just spamming that choke point, but if they know you're playing an Odin, you're not going to run all 5 members into this A choke or even into this B choke here in Garage.
That's the problem with expending such an expensive and situational gun. Like, if you're not on the right map for it, you're just not going to have a good time. And now the Odin is getting put to use for the other side. Omen with the Odin gets the headshot. Scribe taking down Sky, and the heals for Cornell is gone just like that. Banthanor can't just buy normal. They've got to go with a Bucky this time, playing a close angle.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to get value out of this Viper pick. Play close corners, play along the wall. Once they get decayed, is he going to be able to get it? Picks up one. How is he going to get across? The wall goes up, and hey, sneaks out with the kill, and that's pretty much the best situation you could hope for with the Bucky.
That's... yeah, you can't really get much better than that.
Like, they're not going to... once you go down, once one person goes down with the Bucky, the rest of the team is just going to ignore that angle, right? Unless they have a nice, clean way of taking you out, right? With the raise your date, or they can flash you or dog you away. I mean, yeah, Banthanor gets the gun here. Will be interesting to see if they opt in to save if this Cypher actually ends up going down, if Lend ends up going down here, or will they just take the guns and run?
I mean, I feel like you just feed Lend. Viper has a Vandal. Lend 4 has a Stinger. It's at $1,100. Just run it up. Try to get a kill, or maybe even better yet, just trade off the guns. Try to get that ult orb. Not a lot of time, so that might be a little bit more complicated and a little bit of overkill just for a round that you are going to lose. Down goes the Stinger and the Vandal as well, so they don't want to save anything. However, the death will give Viper the Viper's Pit, so it's not necessarily a lose-lose situation. You do get your ult, but you also lose $2,900, so take it or leave it.
Yeah, and I feel like Cornell, they're just kind of walking down this slippery slope right now where they invested so heavily into their buy round after winning Pistol, and they got trounced, and they're like, well, what do we do now? It's like, reset, get your guns, maybe swap up the strategy a little bit, because it feels like the Cypher just isn't able to hold on to B site by himself, right? If he's trading 1-for-1, that's fine, but he can't even do that. And so I like Phet kind of reinforcing this a little bit and having one person potentially just watching mid here. Specifically, it is going to be kbull on the Sky, so you can flash out, you can dog out, you can see if anybody's actually there. But I believe we see an op on the Jet here for Simpson College's side, so yeah, it could be really rough if you try to like dry peek that angle.
Attacker side operator, which I normally really do love. Siders has been pretty clean with it. Let's see if they can make the big stick bang.
Oh, he's
Get
just
down
watching
standoff angle. Guys with a flash.
Here.
But kbull's not peeking out. Siders gonna come to him.
He wants to.
Oh!
And now, with the shorty coming in, I love this play from Siders, getting super aggressive after the pick, just taking as much space as possible. Len, though, is able to pick him up on Heaven, and Cornell just pick up 3 quick kills here, absolutely stuffing out the offensive from SC.
30 seconds left.
But that Simpson is stuck in a very precarious position. They are stranded in mid. They got to go through 2 players no matter which way they go, whether they want to make their way onto the B site or the A site. Only 16 seconds to go, so they got to make it quick. But honestly, it seems like they might just be saving. There's no reason to die. There's no reason to try to get that spike down. So just try to save the guns. Save as much money as you can. That'll be about 6,000. Spike can't go down, and Cornell will end it off. Lind and Phet making the job a little bit easier and erasing the margin a little bit.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see, you know, Simpson with Scribe and I believe it was Siders. They were kind of split on their offensive. Siders dove into male, dove into... Ooh, breaks his ankles here, Lend, unfortunately. He'll probably be asking for a heal. But yeah, it was really interesting that Siders dove into male, dove into upper heaven, and the rest of his team kind of didn't follow. He created so much space on the Jet, yet the team just kind of failed to capitalize on it, and it was a free kill for Lend here on the Cypher as another standard Cypher setup comes in, the double trip to, kind of catch those two initiators potentially, and that one-way cage is Phet now. I believe he has the operator in hand, and he's just watching that suicide mid. I love that.
Switch the sides. Let's go with a op on the CT side. The defender holding it down is the Rays. Standoff here, Lend 4 and Siders. The Blade Storm somehow loses that out. Lend getting chased all the way back to CT. Eventually, Anomaly will get the spike down. 5 versus 3 as the Seekers start to come out. 1 cabbage for each of the attackers and the Showstopper as well. Looking to expend all the ults into securing this round. They might not even need to. Just come out with the Odin.
Right, and the rest of them are in Garage. Planted for default here. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing Anomaly can do. He's got to try to trade, try to get something here, but Cornell come back on the retake. And, I was picking on Lend a little bit earlier. I was like, he can't hold the site down by himself. He's not really, doing too much on this Cypher. He has shut me up completely, Tucker, in the past 3 rounds here. Absolutely locking down A site long enough for the rest of his team to get here and clean up the mess.
Now we got an Odin heavy buy on the Cornell side. Look at it. Banthanor has 1. Lamp has 1. There's so many Odins on the field right now. I mean, we need to start betting on this.
You think there's going to be 5 Odins for Cornell? That'll eventually just come out with 5 here, and you can't peek any angle. You can't slow peek it or anything like that, as now kbull jiggling in mid. Let's see what he can get. If he spots one, I'm assuming he's going to go out of his way to leave. But instead, Siders, with the quick kill, as Phet, though, trades him back with the operator. But now they know where this op is playing, so they can choose to attack the B-bomb site or they can go through mid. It looks like this Omen wants to fancy himself a duel right now, and I would not recommend that.
A dangerous position to be in. The op shot misses and forces Phet out of the position, but actually decides to stay down there with the shorty. Blight drops in. Neither one of them die, but a lot of damage is done to both as the push starts to come out. The Odin is a very good gun for this, but the Omen smoke blinds them. Banthanor's the last line of defense, and the A site is completely forfeited. Out comes Showstopper, and goodbye Lend 4. Maybe not. Bonsai walks right past him.
Spike planted.
We don't check the corners here. When you've got a gun, a rocket that big, you kind of lose your peripheral vision a little bit, Tucker. So unfortunately, goes down with the ultimate. I don't know how much more damage Lend can do here. Best case scenario, he can get the op out of the hands of Simpson College here. Worst case scenario, he gets nothing and just dies, right? I mean, they don't have a lot of econ to work with here. Instead, the worst case scenario happens, Tucker. He goes for the 1v3, ends up getting taken out, and now Simpson College picking kind of back up where they left off here. Although a very interesting decision from the Rays to hold rope room with the shorty, and he tried to go for a kill on each of them. I don't know. I don't think the shorty can do that really anymore.
I think if you're like point blank, like you are actively... Like, you are actively looking into their eyes, it has a chance. But they have to be headshots, and those were not headshots. They were body shots. And body shots just will not do it. Fortunately, they let that one slip away, and Simpson's College has a really nice advantage. It's a 2-round advantage, and the frag on the kbull will make it a 1-man advantage. B-site looking quite weak.
Yeah, and I feel like, regardless if anything happens here now, I feel like Simpson College has gotten themselves a nice couple rounds. Like we mentioned, they have to go 8-4. As I say that, Phet and Lend are just going to get pushed out of the upper heaven room here. And Phet, 3 HP in a dream. Is he going to be able to do anything? He sprays the wall down, sees the Omen, sees Scribe kind of walk across there. And another bomb site retake for Cornell. But now they don't have a lot of pieces to work with.
And the slow orb comes out. That should be the end of this round. There's nobody playing in mid. But Cornell doesn't know that. They need to be careful.
Yeah,
Spike keeps ticking. This is a done deal. This is going to be 6-3. Shibby. Cornell's defending on split. Why is Simpson winning by 3?
It's a combination of a couple things, right? And I'm really gonna kind of point back to that round 2 bye where they just kind of lost their bye after the pistol. It felt like it kind of spiraled out of control, right? Because then the economy lead went over to Simpson Colleges. We are gonna get into a timeout here. I believe we are gonna go to a short break as we are gonna sort some audio issues and some connection issues out. So I'd love to talk about that point, Tucker, but when we get back from break, I'll expand upon all of that very, very soon.
Welcome back to MEC Valorant. We took a little bit of a break. We had a technical issue, but we're back. Everything's okay. I'm still Tucker. This is still Shibby. And right before we cut to break, we were bringing up a topic about how this game is being played at a very interesting scenario. Right now, the score is 6-3. Simpson College is on the attack, and they're currently beating Cornell. And I am really shocked by that.
Yeah, it's interesting because Cornell, like you said, has that, Cypher. They've also got the Viper and Astra, right? They've only got the one Initiator and the one Duelist with the Rays and Sky. So you would think, like, okay, they've got a lot of stall potential. They've got a lot of ways to kind of like slow down what is this double duelist composition coming out from Simpson College. But we just haven't seen that. We saw a couple nice rounds coming out from Lend, but it feels like Phet and Lamp and even kbull, unfortunately, is just, they're not having a good game, right? They're not really being able to play off of the Sky utility that kbull is throwing out. He's also sometimes the first one to go down because he's kind of peeking through vents up into that mid area. And so it's really, really rough to be that first kind of person to go down when you're holding mid, right? And now we see maybe Cornell will maybe try to like switch up their defensive positions if they want to switch the Viper onto B and maybe set the Cypher setup on A. I feel like you should be trying to swap it every couple of rounds just to make sure that Simpson College isn't, getting used to how you're playing. But now, huge offensive coming out from Simpson, and there we go. That's one Odin kill so far.
About time. We got Banthanor around. Will get another one. Almost perishes to the paint shell grenade, but they're able to get away for now. Simpson College kind of meeting a flat line, kind of stonewalled here in A. May with a flank coming. Nothing that's going to stop it. Got to be careful about the shots. The Cypher's coming. The Sky is coming. The op not going to be enough. The double flash comes out, accidentally blinds themselves. Paranoia tries to delay, but I think it's just delay the inevitable as Sky. Scribe actually goes down at the hand of the paint shells.
Yeah, Lamp ends up going down as well, and now we're going to see a complete shift over. Wait, we saw them fake to B, and they're actually going back through vents to A. I love this play. They might be able to catch Banthanor sleeping here, but he suspects it. He's got
fantastic work. This right here is the Odin play that I was expecting from Banthanor. So many plays like this were made last week. And now we get to see it yet again. Nice little 4K as it will force Simpson College to call a timeout. And I mean, statistically, Simpson College is the underdog here. So they have a lead. They're going to want to pick it up and run with it. They want to try to stay as far away from Cornell as possible, considering how big of a difference there is between these two teams. I mean, Cornell, they were one of the teams that went pretty far into the lower bracket at the LAN.
Yep.
And Simpson College, they did not get that far.
Yeah, there's definitely a pecking order right now. I know it's a little early. I know it's week 2, but we've definitely got to see a high amount of games, right? It's ONU, and I would say Clark kind of at the top. Then you've got like Cornell, then you've got some of the other teams, and then maybe you've got like BCU kind of mixed up into there, right? And then you've kind of work your way down to, Simpson and all these other colleges. And so there definitely is an order. And like you mentioned, I feel like Cornell as a team, if they're down this early to a team that they perceive might be weaker than them, it could mess with their mental. It could mess with their game coming into the next couple maps. We talked about how Simpson College, if they can get a couple rounds, if they can make it like 7-5 or 6-6, it's really good for them because of how defensively drafted this composition was for Cornell here. And I think right now they're doing really good.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic. Last couple of rounds, Cornell has had a pretty nice time with it. Simpson College calling a timeout, maybe to try to change the momentum, try to reverse it a little bit, maybe even slip away into the half with a line of 7-5. not gonna let it happen. Only able to get one though as Banzai and Scribe catching some off guard, stealing away the A side from them and getting this spike down.
Riders position. Really nice kill. Now this retake coming out from Cornell. Land and company will not be able to kind of work their way through heaven. They're gonna go through ramp.
Last player standing.
Scribe takes him down. Phet gets him trade. Now it's a 1v2 and he works heaven. And they're just gonna be spotting
One enemy remaining.
with Odin and elbow, and it doesn't matter because Phet just comes with the triple kill. Insurmountable odds.
That's one that Simpson College has got to win. They had a 1 versus 3
Clutch.
at its height, and Phet is able to win it out. And it a 7-5. Simpson
Last
College
round before the
could
switch.
have had that winning half secured right then and there. On attack split, you take those all the time, but Phet, the hero, keeps this one a little bit longer than it probably should have been.
Hey, it was just confusing from Simpson College because they had the bomb down. They could have played the same angle. Instead, they decided to isolate. We've seen it all before, guys. You give this guy, you give the last player separate 1v1. You just give them the opportunity to clutch. Phet stepped up, and now they got 3 here in Sliders. Unfortunately, goes down. Banthanor, though, on the A site, gets absolutely trounced, and here comes the rush in. They may have lost one of their duelists here in Jet, but they've got A site here, and let's see if they can hold on to it this time instead of giving it away for free. As Scribe has such a nice flank on this team.
Fantastic flank that they do. We're gonna worry about the ultimates right here. You got the Cosmic Divide and the Showstopper. I mean, for a retake, it doesn't really get much better than those two, but they've got to shoot it off! Bonsai completely flooring Phet.
Last player standing.
Scribe has to find something that they do. They will actually find 2 on the round, and that will secure it. Sitting us in a halftime.
Switching sides.
Scoreline 7-5. Simpson College against all odds. They have got the lead.
Yeah, really, really nice from them. We were talking about if they can maybe get on the 5-hand side, right? If they can get 5 rounds against this composition, they'd be in pretty good shape. Well, Tucker, they've got 7 rounds, and now they're defending against what is a Cypher, a Viper, an Astra, right? A lot of trickery can be played by Cornell. That's what I like about these double kind of controller composition, especially with the Viper and Astra. There are so many ways you can like pull and yank them forward and back between these bomb sites if you're on the defending side here, and it can be really rough to get a read on what site they're actually wanting to attack here. But Phet, if the wall does go down, it's gonna go. 2 pieces are gonna get taken down immediately, and here's where this Sage hopefully can provide some strength, allow them to stall out on these bomb sites for the rest of the team to kind of rotate through, as Cornell has heaven control, but what can they do with it?
So round, it's an awkward position to be in because if you're coming from heaven, there's not going to be that many close range shots. This is a much smarter position, trying to push up through CT, but it's not even going to matter because Scribe
One
is
enemy
just
remaining.
too good. Leaving Lamp in the 1v4 and Scribe, everything comes down to them, and they are completely okay with that. 3 kills on the round, 3-round lead as well for Simpson College. Cornell's College, right now, they're in shambles, and they need to free themselves. But Scribe with a hero buy, going up with a Phantom. They've been so good the entire game. If they can make that Phantom spray and spray it good, then that might just secure bad things for the Cornell side.
Yeah, and you see how stuck Cornell feels, right? Like they got heaven control, and then they're like, well, what do we do? How do we enter site? Where can we clear? What do we clear with? And it feels like this composition that they drafted, like we said, is just not really that good on the attacker side here. And so we saw the read coming out from the Siders is now pushed up into sewers. He's got a judge ready with Blight as well. Ooh, Blight eats a huge right click, but unfortunately it's not enough. The classic, the free gun, just doesn't cut it this time.
Heaven's walled off. That might be a problem for the Cornell attack, but looks like they're just going to try to take it a little bit slower. And I mean, I absolutely understand why. But Siders on the flank. They have... Oh, they get caught off by the little trap wire. Hold on a sec. Siders just on the flank, just chilling out. There's a lot of stuff they can do. They updraft over.
Last player
and
standing.
This flank is going to be perfect. The jump does not work, but the anomaly is the last one to get the shot. Spectre, headshots, 9-5 as we go to the bonus round. And Shibby, this could just secure the game. If Simpson College are able to steal this one away, which, if you're unaware, we've had a trend of just teams going 3-0 over the block. If they can secure this one and go 3-0, they might just have a chance to just slow ride this one out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really crucial round for Cornell here. Economy-wise, everything, right? If they lose this round, they're going to have to go on these, like, half buys, and it's not going to be fun if you're playing on that side, especially against things like the Judge that we've already seen implemented by Siders here. And the fact that, you know, Simpson College is so good at, like, taking space, right? They're constricting the amount of room that Cornell has to move around the map. When they see, like, this aggression towards mid, you're already going to start seeing some aggression coming out from Simpson College, encroaching on some of the space, saying, you know what, if you rotate out, we've got you covered. If you want to aggress in, we've got 2 people on the bomb site. They just make it harder and harder for Cornell to move. And Scribe, I think his gun was peeking out, and he just gets wall banged out.
Unfortunate way to start this round off, but I guess it could be worse. B-side forfeited up. Cornell starting the push on there. kbull will get this plant down. 4v5 retake. Cornell College should have this round fairly easily, as there's not a lot of firepower on the side of Simpson, and Banthanor on the flank is going to make things 10 times easier. Honestly, the fake might not even be needed, but Banthanor is there for good measure, just in case.
And it's really good that Cornell didn't take a lot of damage as well going into this, right? If they lost like 2, maybe 3 members, and even though they would win the bomb site and win the round, they would have been worse for wear, right? They would have been going on these ass fights. It's really good that only 1 member, and it was Lamp, went down here. So it's well played from Cornell. They're clawing their way back here, but Simpson College is now going to be on pretty much their rifle buy here, as we do see Scribe busting out the Odin on B. He's going to be able to spam through that smoke. If he's got a one-way ready, he can do that. A lot of Odins here on split. Like I said, not the biggest fan, but if you can make it work, if you can jam with it, then go for it, you know?
I mean, absolutely. It's been really hit or miss so far. Banthnor's tried the Odin. They've tried a lot, and it's had some success here and there, but the general consensus on Banthanor's part is pretty negative, but it's been here and there. I understand why. I mean, so far Banthanor with the Odin the entire season has been fantastic, but there's a time and a place for it, and this might not just be the time and place. And I think Banthanor realizes that. They've switched it off, and they've gone to the Vandal.
Yeah, I think offensively as well, the Odin is just, you're not really spamming through everything. It's very good for post plant, right? If you plant it behind a wall, a wall bangable one, but you see, they were sneaking around here, but now they've just made a lot of noise. They've been tipped off, and now the cabbages, like you mentioned, are going on. Siders, it's 1v5 right now on the bomb site. He's just going to back out. He's going to play the retake with this team. I like this call coming out from this college here.
That I do. Banthanor, company, everyone putting it down, putting their foot down on the throat of the Simpson College side, but the retake is starting to come in really, really quickly. Lamp forward gets a double.
Last player standing.
A 2 versus 1 as Lamp catches one. This retake's got to somehow come through. Blight is completely sandwiched. Doesn't even catch the sky, and Lamp has got a kill, shortening the deficit to just 2. Cornell College might not even need to take it. Might not even need to worry about this map. They are still, they're still working.
I should play some Astro Stars in this reality.
What a sneaky position from Lamp as well, right? Playing behind that giant pillar, just waiting, playing off a contact. I love the way they played that 2v1. That's how you post plant, right? That's how you want to hold it. You don't want to give separate 1v1s. You want to play off of your teammates' contact wherever they are and get ready to swing with them. Very, very nice. And I like the feints that Cornell has been doing, right? They've been aggressing onto mid, and then we saw Phet jump back out with the satchels. And now you have no clue where he is. You see the wall going up onto A, so they have to worry about A. But you see stars going on the mid. There's so much happening on the map. It's confusing Simpson College.
I know exactly.
Oh my goodness, the judge play nearly works out. B site completely wide open as well. The neural theft is still up and active, showing us exactly where the Simpson College players are, and they are nowhere close to being able to retake this site. They have a really tough time. Look at this crossfire shimmy. It is insane.
They can flash. Phet's just gonna drive people.
One enemy
It's
remaining.
gonna go down as well, and there we go. And Len looking to potentially get a kill onto Scribe or sorry, Siders. Oh, nice kill with the stinger though. Now he's reloaded. Another one. Oh, almost hits the headshot. Nobody goes down to the bomb. He does a little bit of damage to Cornell's economy, but Simpson College, both of these compositions are excelling at the things that we predicted they wouldn't excel at, right? Tucker, like the defensive comp is doing really, really good on offense, and the offensive sided comp was doing really, really good earlier, right? It's so weird.
Yeah, this whole day has been a pretty much a flip-flop from the normal Valorant, but I mean, hey, sometimes the Valorant at the collegiate level is really, really weird, and this is just one of those days in the office, you know, weird collegiate Valorant.
I like how Anomaly has been switching up the wall placement. Instead of just putting it directly down onto the mid here, he throws it up onto kind of heaven, and so forces them out a little bit, slows them down, but that gives them kind of free reign into this rope room, and it feels like Cornell is completely fine giving this up because they have such a good stranglehold on potentially the waterfall that'll come out of ropes. Just now, Cornell working their way through.
Team blind. Awkward spot. A site opened up. Last line of defense is Scribe with the Odin. And the Odin does get to work. He's able to find one frag.
Okay.
But it's not enough to keep that spike away. 4 versus 3. Has to be retaken. One man down is Simpson College. And this would be a massive round for Cornell to win. This would tie them up as well as get them at least an ult.
Okay.
One enemy remaining.
With the Odin picks it up of Siders here, and unfortunately,
Don't think it, eh?
That round, tie it up 9 for 9, and yeah, I had a feeling this was gonna come out. The timeout from Simpson College.
I got enough time to go into the Astro Fall.
Unfortunate that they're not able to really gain mid control. You see them opting to just kind of give it up, right? They throw the Sage Wall down, and they're like, you know what? That's it. That's as much utility as we're going to burn. That's as much utility as we're going to burn into the mid side here. And then you just see Cornell work their way up. Sometimes they'll do a split. Sometimes some of them will go heaven. Some of them will go ropes. You'll see a 5-man rope flood coming out from them. And it doesn't feel like Simpson College really knows what to do and how to gain control of mid. I want to see them play 2 players there and really vie heavily for it, right? Start smoking it if you can. Paranoia, something, right? Just so you can gain control here. Put one of your duelists down there so you can just look to contest it and not just give it up to free for Cornell.
Yeah, it's having a really tough time with keeping Cornell off of it. It's not necessarily that they're losing so many gunfights, but the positioning is just coming out, and it's being so much more better, I guess is the term for Cornell. It's working, and Simpson is having a really tough time with keeping them off of that side. I mean, right now it's been 4 rounds in a row, and all of them were elimination wins, but all 4 of them, they got the spike down, so they had no worries in the world about getting themselves or having to win these gunfights. They're just getting on the spike, getting on the site and planting the spike and wasting no problems and having
One enemy
nothing.
remaining.
You are joking! There is
Screen down.
no way!
Watch this.
Banthanor!
Picks up a quadra with the Odin, and I said I wasn't a fan of it on offense. Banthanor once again shuts me up completely. That's why we put the Odin, Tucker, for those highlight reels. Decider gets the kill with the knife.
One
Can
enemy
he do
remaining.
it? He's looking for a clip of his own. He's got 4 on it. He's gonna go for the defuse. He has no clue where Phet is. Tucker, can he do it?
Catches one. They've got to try to get there.
This
It's not half.
Nothing.
Phet, run for it. Get that kill. Secure this round. And that it is done. Phet gets the last kill. 2 clips for 2 clips. And it's 10-9. Double digits reached by Cornell first. No more money is left for Simpson College.
My lord. Banthanor says, you know what, I've got 4 here. Cider's on the other side. You know what, let me try to one-up you really quickly. Let me get 4 with the knives and the defuse. Unfortunately, after all said and done, Cornell will pick up the round win, but well, I know they were sweating just a little bit here.
Fantastic way to just completely euthanize all of those cabbages.
I've
no
got your
way that
train.
they can see. And now to pop the cabbages on your own. Out comes the Cornell cabbages. Push up through 2 to heaven. Cable leading the charge, pushing Anomaly all the way back. B-side has a big overthrow.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, and here comes the Viper's Pit as well. Just to completely lock down this site, retake is going to be very difficult from Simpson. 4v5 right now. Are they going to look to invest? Are they going to look to kind of
Without
go
obscuring
for the
vision.
retake? You got 4 people, or you want to just give it up and say, you know what, there's the Viper's Pit. I don't know how much damage we can do here, because I feel like Cornell is just sitting on a mountain of money.
They really are. And then you got the raise. Going to try giving the showstopper run.
Last player
But
standing.
the Odin
Poison's
on
gone.
spraying. Banthanor goes down. Siders can't land the shot. And with that, we got Cornell College just 1 round off of match point. Shibby,
My people
talk
are
about
ready.
a comeback.
Must
How many
cultivate a
rounds is that
sense
in a
of
row?
calm.
6!
Oh my, 6 rounds, back to back to back, and they went again,
1
back
second,
to
please.
back to
I gotta
back.
visit the Astro
Paula
to play
Michael
some
Jordan.
stars.
Cornell just picking it up really, really nicely here on the offensive side. I just love the way that they're playing with this double controller, right? Simpson has no idea what to do. Like, it's if it hasn't been evident now, Tucker, 6 round wins later, it just feels like they don't know what to do against this double controller. Stars are being placed all across the map. Banthanor's throwing up his wall, so you have no clue if they're working up ramp, if they're working A, if they're working mid. It is just, you know, confusing Simpson College. And by the time they realize what's happening, it's too little,
Spike
too
down,
late.
mid.
They get hit really quickly. As Bonsai, though, looking to maybe stuff it out, as he's got a nice little control on the vents room here.
I have the spike.
Wow. Nice piece of utility from Phet, the paint shell, to push them out and get that spike away. We might have ruled them out a little bit too early here, Shibby. They have a 5 versus 2. Of course, it is Phet and Lamp. These are 2 players that you absolutely cannot sleep on. But Simpson College is in a really nice position. Have so much space. And Phet and Lamp is kind of stuck into one option, and that's really B. And they're going to have to eliminate that Omen. That will cause all the retakes and all of the rotates.
30 seconds left.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
That he takes out Scribe. Scribe had the Spectre in hand and was unable to do anything with it. So the retake does come in for V2 here, and both Lamp and Phet are gonna get a huge flank onto Evan here. They could just end up with 3 kills right now, Tucker.
That is unreal. You just gotta be quiet. They can't let vicious.
Last
There we
player
got
standing.
1. Showstopper gets show-stopped. 1 versus 3, and Lamp tries everything they can. But in the end of the day,
They
Anomaly
have no
will get
right
that
to do
defused. Simpson College gonna close that gap now. 11 to 10. We are both in double-digit area. Cornell has all the money in the world. Simpson College still floating a little bit. Scribe not even able to buy up all the way. They're gonna have to go with something a little bit lighter. And the judge seems like the perfect option. And I mean, Shibby, Cornell has so much more advantage. They can win so many, or they can lose so many more rounds and still be fine. Cannot say the same about Simpson College. If they lose this next round, that might just be GG.
Going up.
It might be a little rough here. As Cornell once again holding down this A aggressiveness. Gets dogged out here, and you see Siders, yes, go through. Doesn't know. Banthanor picks up the kill on the Siders. The dog did not spot out. Banthanor was not able to reach the bottom of sewers here, and now Cornell, they're gonna be able to work their way up to here because they think it's an A push.
Exactly where you are.
Bull gets scribed, and that was the only line of defense that they had on B. And Banthanor picking up another 2 kills with the Odin.
A lot of time's going to be wasted with this guy running all the way around. They're taking the long way. But Cornell has the 2-man advantage. But I don't think that Simpson knows. They're still trying to run away. No, they're saving. I don't know what they're doing. Shibby.
they're looking to maybe get exits. I think they are saving.
They're saving.
Yeah, they're saving here. I mean, they understand that they can't go into this, 12th round match point with no money, no guns, anything like that. They might like to try to get some exits here. Doesn't seem like Cornell's too content on hunting them down right now. And yeah, you just tab over at the money on the side of Simpson College. It's not a lot. They've got to kind of save and scrounge up as much as they can here. They've got the Odin in hand, and I believe it's a Phantom as well. And that's as much as they're going to be able to save. Let's see if Phet can maybe get somebody peeking out. But it looks like Simpson College is going to play this pretty intelligently right now. Cornell, 1 round away from match point, and they were down, what, 5-7 right at the half with their composition. We kind of doubted, how are they going to be able to execute on offense? They've got a Cypher, they've got an Astra, they've got a Viper here, but Banthanor, interestingly enough, has just turned it up on the offensive side.
Yes, they have. They have cranked the knob all the way to 11, and they I'm sure this was not how they were expecting to get here, but that's how they got here nonetheless. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. That's what Simpson College and Cornell have been doing. Cornell has been a little bit better.
Toxin screen down.
Holding strong here with this Odin. Just
Time to hunt.
Simpson College. That dog is so funny because it pretty much can only clear that bottom side. There's no way it can get up. So if anybody's playing that entry or that flood out on the vents area here, you can't really know who's there. As Cornell has worked their way up mid. We see Astra working their way through garage. A bit of a split B as they are going to just back it out here. This is the confusion that we're talking about, right? This is the smoke and mirrors that Cornell is willing to do. They work themselves all the way up mid, and they're like, you know what? I'm just going to back out. We're going to do a 5-man garage offensive here. But they're going to keep Simpson College guessing. B-side is completely open.
30 seconds left.
It seems like Simpson is just wants to play the retake and retake only.
And I completely understand. kbull going to get this fight down. And it'll be a 5 versus 5 retake coming here on round number 23. 2 ultimates on the board for Simpson College. And meanwhile, Lin 4 is going to have to try to flank themselves all the way over. They've got to play this right because the jet is coming from road room. And someone has got to play this right. Siders, though, catches Lin off guard. They can't get that fight won. Now here comes the retake.
Not ready yet.
Kbull might go down. Nice flash. kbull is able to get one. Bonzo picks up 2. Banthanor picks up with a squishy. Snake fight here. Siders gets 1 more. They're just gonna spam through. It's defusing. He got it to half.
Last
the
player
bomb
standing.
explodes. Attackers win. Cornell
win.
College clawing their way back. 13-10. What a close map, Tucker.
insanity. What a last round as well. The most chaotic round I have seen in the entire match so far, the entire day. I'm not even sure if that best, I'm sure that'll best anything from today. Hell, even last week. That was the most chaotic match I have seen in a long, long time. It was completely flipped upside his head. Cornell was supposed to be the team to take it easily defensively. No, the offense was the side that excelled. The offense was the side that shut Simpson College down. And it was the offense that got the last round. They got so many in a row. I believe it was a 6-round win streak at one point. And that was enough to get it done. 13-10 is the final score. Shibby, what a match to start us off. And we got more. Map 2's coming up soon.
Yeah, map 2 will be on its way here. As we take a look at the stats screen, right? Phet and Banthanor on the Cornell side, based off of ACS, based off of Kitty, yeah, they kind of carried. But Lend, kbull, and Lamp, right? They're playing on these more supportive style agents, right? The Cypher, the Sky, the Astra. They definitely put the work in here. And I just love the way that Cornell outstratted Simpson College, it felt like, right? They just kind of outsmarted them a little bit here and there with the rotations, with the, holding on to A site, with the wall that they put down, with the Astro Stars. I can't tell you how much I love these double controller compositions, because it just shows how intelligent some of these teams will play around it. And yeah, map 2 will be on its way here, as we are going to go to a short break, but don't go anywhere, as we'll be right back. And I think we might get a scent. Welcome back, everybody, to the MEC Week 2 fall season for Valorant. I am your color caster, Shibby, here with my man Tucker. And after an exciting map 1 between Cornell College and Simpson College here on Split, ending in a 13-10 victory for Cornell, we are going to move our way on to map 2. And it is going to be Ascent, like I hinted, like I teased. I may know a couple things more than you guys, the viewers, know. And Ascent is a map that is, in my opinion, figured out, Tucker. I believe everybody kind of has got the substandard composition, and it all comes down to execution, right? The only variance we see, realistically, is whether people want to choose either the KO, or they want the Silva, or they want both. But on Ascent, we are typically going to see either a Raze or a Jet, a KJ for sure, and a KO and a Silva, guaranteed. And as it's looking at right now, both of these teams are picking up some of the characters, the agents that I mentioned.
Yeah, they're pretty much going to go with a standard composition. I will point out one thing. This map probably benefits Cornell a little bit more. One word reason for that, Banthanor. And I'll give you another word, Odin. There's so many walls that the Odin can just bang through. And Cornell was such an Odin-heavy team. Okay.
Yeah. Odin-heavy team coming out from Cornell here. And yeah, like you mentioned the wall bangle spots. It's not just the one on B main, like the one that everybody knows. You can wall bang through tiles. You can wall bang through mid. You can even set up some sneaky situations on A, right? If you plant it in front of Jen. There's so many spots here, and I wouldn't be surprised if Banthanor, although he's swapped it up, he's not going on the Viper, is instead going on to the Brim here. I'm surprised. I think Lamp might be the one actually bringing out the Odin here. It would be interesting to see Banthanor piloting it, although he is, I'm not going to say he's an Odin specialist, but he tends to prefer that weapon a little bit more than everybody else I've seen. He might just play with Lamp here on the Silva, and the moment the dart ticks, you already know he's going to be spraying through it. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for the budget Odin on certain rounds, right? Like round 2, he just goes, buys the Odin. Where's the Ares love from this guy?
I mean, right, the Ares is a really good weapon. I mean, it's essentially...
1,600.
It's, right, it's really cheap, too. It's the same price as a Spectre. And, I mean, you know how much this guy loves wall banging. So, like, just go ahead and do it. Do it. Give it a shot. It won't hurt you.
As we do see Cornell on the defensive side here. They got the double initiator composition here. Last time, like we said, they ran the double smoke. Now they're running the double initiator. Although Brim lends itself more to those faster executes, which I like with the double initiator, right? Once you find out where everybody is, you throw the smokes down with the Brim and you just go on in with the stimmy here. As Simpson College has opted in for the Omen here, so a little bit more flexibility, rechargeable smokes. You can, kind of flash onto site with the paranoia. You can dash on in as Phet is just holding mid with this revolver. Is Phet is gonna just get out of the Sheriff. Not able to get the one tap here.
A one tap, yeah, but I think Phet's gonna try to double dip this. Playing in a very interesting angle, but I don't think that. I don't think the Simpson Jet really wants to give them anything. Banthanor chilling out in his own smoke, and I mean, what even is this? A shorty player, an Odin player, Banthanor. You can have like one of those cheese guns. I don't think you can make both of them your specialty. Hold on a sec, Cable. Oh, catches the head, but does not get the chance to shoot it. That's Phet's job. Gets the refrag, excuse me.
Yeah, and Banthanor is still sitting in the smoke. Like, this guy is just a demon right now, and he gets one! Banthanor!
30 seconds left.
Monster! They're never gonna get that smoke, and he's swapped over to the classic, but Scribe gets the kill off of the lurk into tree. And now Phet has blinded, smoked everything, and Scribe, he's got a really deadly position here because the door has been closed. Does Phet recheck this? Does he re-clear tree? I know he's here.
Round. How does Scribe win that fight out?
One enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness! What a round!
Not how does he win that fight. How does he get 3
Whatever
off
happens,
of the tree
start
lurk?
in.
He
Don't
gets
panic.
one, the door closes,
Gambling
and
is bad for you.
for whatever reason, Cornell doesn't double swing the guy. They absolutely disrespected my man, and he said, you know what? Give me this, give me that. I'll tap your heads with the ghost, and the round is pretty much over after that. Really nice from Simpson College here. I love that lurk from the Omen. I love it when Omens lurk just because you can do so much trickery, so much tomfoolery with the teleports. You can play with your team, you can choose to opt out. And now they have to be wary of it every single round after you plant that seed of doubt. But now Simpson College is going to run on in, fast execute onto Banthanor.
One
So
enemy
close,
remaining.
But that one's just not going to matter. Leave it up to the Sova in a 1 versus 5. I mean, Lamp, they've got a classic. They've got all the bullets they can get. 48. I mean, that's like an average of 9.5 bullets a person, something like that. 9.4, something like that. I'm not too great at math, but it's a lot of bullets that they have. So
Checks out. Checks out. All right.
They can do it. It's just going to be really difficult.
They might just play for exits here, try to get as many kills as possible, try to damage the eco of Simpson
they have to
College
die.
here. Yeah, they have to die. They're probably going to die to the bomb. I love this when players do that, just a heads up from them. I don't know if they want to give the ult orb away, and I'm going to go for it instead. Oh. Gives the kill money away, gives the ult charge away as well. Don't know if I necessarily agreed with that play, but you gotta go for it, right? You gotta try to take somebody down with you. Unfortunately, the classic is still a free gun. And at that range, you've essentially got to double tap the head if they have full armor or even some armor, or you're just not gonna get the kill.
Yeah, they got one. So, one head tap was good, but they needed a little bit more. Now, historically, Ascent has been a very defender-sided map along the like collegiate level and even like the tier 3, tier 2 level. So tier 1 it kind of evens out. It's still fairly defender-sided, but I mean Ascent
Smoke's down.
pretty defender-sided at this level.
Yeah, and Cable went down on the defense, right? I don't know if you guys caught that. He just instantly goes down, and now it's Banthanor. We said we would watch if he picked up the Odin. He's hanging out in this corner here. They've got to suspect something, but they're going to have to spray him out, right? Unfortunately, only gets the one here. Bonsai gets him, and now the retake comes out from Cornell, and bomb site is in college. They've got the rifles,
planted.
but do they've got the gusto? Do they've got the chutzpah, Tucker, to get onto this bomb site?
Beaten by one player, they've got the gun advantage. This bonus round is looking like it might be the anti as it's starting to tick. One coming from tree. It's a rough position to be in. They've got to land at least one shot. I don't even think they're going to be able to. They're going to try to run away. Save those 3 guns. I respect the decision. Simpson College just come out of the gate hitting a little bit harder than they're expecting.
Deja vu from map 1, right? Simpson College. This time around, they get 3 rounds. They win their bonus, or what was kind of their bonus, I would say. It feels like they pretty much full bought up as Anomaly and Blight. Both go down? Not sure if that was intended here. Blight will be able to rifle up here. 3-0, and yeah, are we just gonna see another Cornell comeback? Is this what they're prepping? Is this what they're building the storyline for us, Tucker? They're saying we'll go down a couple rounds and we'll just bring it back on offense.
That was the story last round, so I mean, why not? They're starting on the preferred side on both of these maps, but I mean, they're just completely getting slapped out. They just somehow managed to come back. See if that's the case. 1-4 shooting the wrong angle. No damage. Eventually able to get 1 frag as Cornell starts to pop off. Lamp and Lynn forward. The call out comes out. Lamp just running away. Lamp absolutely could have got that frag.
Yeah, Siders just jumps on over his head, Super Mario style, and now Phet gets out of dodge, gets the kill onto the KJ, and once again, bomb site
Spike planted.
is Simpson College, but they are going a 3v4 deficit. How much more damage can Phet do against this retake?
I have to find that one out. Odin is looking to be a problem. Phet, nice flick.
One
Ahead
enemy
of Siders.
remaining.
Drive eventually goes down. It's up the Blight left. 1 versus 2.
Last
Flash
player
out,
standing.
catches 1. Makes it a 1 versus 1. Cable, swings around, catches them off guard, and wins it out. Cornell getting a little bit sweaty foreheads, but they're all good. kbull had it under control the entire time.
Yeah, Simpson College doing a lot of damage to the eco of Cornell, though. Like, you look at it, 4 members went down on the side of Cornell. They can't really buy Phantoms or Vandals. Banthanor is going to end up purchasing the Odin here. I would like to see him purchase a different gun just so he could just buy another rifle, but Banthanor, not really a team player. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to stick to my Odin, guys. I can carry this. On the side of Simpson College, yeah, they lose the round, but they've got a full buy coming into this round number 5 here. Let's see what they can do here. Is kbull with the knife, just maybe looking to spot out some tree aggression. And Lamp does take a little bit of damage, and he's gonna be here. Watch the scribe just get taken down. Let's see how long he can hold. He'll stall out for his
Spike
team.
down B.
Cornell Lamp has just done enough.
Lance going down. Satyrs
Spike
gets caught
planted.
out. They know exactly where they are, but the counter straight is good enough to land. And here comes the push. The retake is once again trying to come through. All 3 of these players are stuck onto the site. They need to get that crossfire from the main part of the garage, but there's simply no way they can get there. Not really either. Shots come up dashing away.
Last player
So much
standing.
chaos coming out. Siders just keep the shots coming. Switches it out for the Bulldog. And with all that went the way of Cornell, they lose that round.
Such a hard site to retake. You saw them stuck in stairs, stuck in lane, right? It was like there was molasses on the ground, Tucker. They just couldn't move forward, and you saw just a really nice stalwart post plant from Simpson College. It feels like a death sentence if they get into that post plant situation. They've got so many ways to stall you out. Not just the Killjoy. They've got flashes coming out from the KO. They've got fade utility, right? And even the Jet here was able to updraft just to see where everybody was hanging out. Really well played from them. Love that post plant situation.
A heavy push from Simpson College. Banthanor, of course,
Oh,
on
man.
demon time, chilling out with the shorty. There's 3 players wanting to push through the smoke, but there is a smoke there. Like I said, blocks the site, and Banthanor with a shorty is looking to ruin the day and ruin the round of these Simpson College players. I mean, right now, scoreline
Smoke's down.
does not help them out. Cornell is down by 3, which is pretty unexpected. Now it seems like Simpson's going to try to rotate the other site.
I like this though from Cornell right now. kbull has a nice little flank run, and as I say that, I curse the man himself. I'm like, lurking racking out. Banthanor blows his load with the shorty, and unfortunately isn't able to get anything here. As now Simpson College, in a matter of seconds, pick up 3 quick kills, and they're gonna go on to A site with full control.
Near impossible retake. Maybe the Sova can find 1 exit frag. The Jet is kind of playing in an awkward position. But if Lamp is looking at that angle, there's going to be no shot at that. Phet stuck, sandwiched between these players. Lamp, long-range classic, gets the heart pumping.
Last player
The
standing.
Odin is simply too good, too consistent as well. Omen with the Odin makes it pop off. And give it a 1 versus 4 and give Simpson College 5 rounds on that scoreboard.
Yeah, 5 rounds is on the ascent offensive here. And Banthanor Omni go down. 2 members once again. They're pretty rich. It's okay. It's not the end of the world here. They can get a buy from a buddy. Don't know if that was necessary though. As Cornell, it just seems that they can't get anything started, right? They had 1 good post plant, and yeah, I was expecting this to happen. The timeout coming out from kbull, and yeah, they gotta rethink some stuff here, because like Banthanor on this A site by himself, he's just unable to stall things out. It feels like Simpson College at the moment is kind of just outsmarting Cornell, right? They're working up tree, they're working up mid, they're finding out who's kind of pushing into some of the space that they've given up, right? And when they execute so fast, right? The fade, an initiator that we don't typically see, either it's swapped out for the KO or the Silva, has been doing wonders in snuffing out some of these ratty spots that Cornell have been in.
I mean, that is absolutely true to an extent. Simpson College, very smart playing so far in this second map. But I'm also seeing a lot of Cornell just missing out on easy strats. I mean, for how many omens that we have seen bought, I have yet to see the recon dart and spray through the wall. I've yet to see several of the regular recon dart plays. I've yet to see the 0 points really make an impact. There's just so many things that have been tried and true on this Ascent playstyle that they're just not trying right now. And I mean, there's a reason that we talked about it is the most perfected map in Valorant, as they're just not wasting their time with their regular default strats. And that's kind of biting them.
They're trying to get cute. They're trying to get a little bit messy here. As Phet now gets dogged out.
Spike down
A. Ultimate comes down, and Cornell, with all of this invested, they are finally able to pick up a round. A clean, flawless from Cornell, and yeah, they burned a lot of util. They burned some ultimates, but hey, anything to get a round on the board.
And to be fair, they only used up one of them, the Orbital Strike, which is one of the better ultimates in the game. But they still have 3 left. They still have the Hunter's Fury. They still have the Null Command. They still have the Blade Storm, which is a pretty good spot to be in. I'm pretty sure they're only a few ult orbs away from the lockdown as well, as we see. 6 out of 9. I am not upset with that at all. Simpson College has a few more ults, but I mean, that's going to expend one right now, and if there's nothing over there, then there's no way it can get expended.
I love the no command, just a full push on the B, because this bomb side has just been such a hard thing for Cornell to retake here, and they're going to wait it out. They're going to look to maybe play in here. Let's see if they can burn some of these ultimates like you mentioned, right? Hunter's Fury is going to get so much work here if it can just flip a couple of people as the no command coming out from Cornell comes in. The bomb site retake starts.
KO goes down, needs to get red. Oh, getting sprayed up. And the lockdown detains 5! You have
last player standing. Flawless.
Oh, word. That it absolutely shuts the whole post plant down. There's nothing that they could have done. The no command comes out. I'm surprised the lockdown was able to get placed. It must have just barely missed the killjoy here. She was able to place down her ultimate, and that's all they needed. And there was just no way. The orbital strike was already used, so they couldn't strike that. I'm surprised the Hunter's Fury didn't come out to take down the KJ ultimate, right? That's usually the response.
I think the Hunter's Fury got expended before the lockdown came out, and that prompted the lockdown. Not 100% sure about the timing, but I'm pretty sure. It's at like 75, 80%.
You know what? I'm not going to doubt you on that. That probably was what happened. These players are very smart. Just counting what utilities, what ultimates have been used here. And yeah, 5-man lockdown into a 5-man kill into a almost 5-round lead here potentially is Simpson College. Kbull has a nice little flash setup in case they flood on in here, but how are they going to be able to initiate? How are they going to help their team peek off this? Banthanor is the only one realistically that can get some kills off of this pop flash. Oh, he flashed himself?
Smoke's down.
I think so, and Banthanor now has all of the positioning. There's not really anything they can do about it. Hawk comes out and what a transfer. That was insane. Banthanor gets the frag. Or no, transfers up to the haunt and then drops that
30
down.
seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, through the smoke as well. Beto has finally picked himself up the operator on the defensive side, and that's what we like to see, right? The defensive jet operator is so deadly on Ascent. So many long hallways here. So many long
10 seconds left
to peek from here. And you can swap where you're playing in the blink of an eye here. Is Lamp once again left onto B site, kind of by himself. He's got a couple friends here with the KJ utilities. They just get timed out here. Simpson College, they just opted to
Stay
not
close
do
as a
anything.
The fight demands it.
Another round going over to Cornell.
Timeout now coming in. Simpson College. This is a similar situation to the timeout they called in the first half of the last game. As soon as Cornell, started getting something going, they had the lead. They had about a 3 or 4 round lead at that point, and they didn't want it to get any more out of hand than it already was. But if you remember, that didn't really stop Cornell. If anything, it kind of helped them close that gap, as I believe at the end of the half it was 7-5 in favor of Simpson. So we might just be heading towards a very similar a very similar ending to the half. And I mean, if they're able to bring it as 7-5, that would definitely be a good regain and a good ending to the start that Cornell had. But when you take in effect and you take in mind that we're on a set defense, Cornell should be up by like 4 right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see what Cornell can end up mustering here in these last couple of rounds right now. Is, like you said, if they can tie it 6-6, it's definitely going to look in Cornell's favor, because I feel like Cornell's offense has just been night and day difference. They've just been so much better on the offensive side. They don't really seem like a CT or a defender-sided team, regardless of the composition that they draft.
Standing ahead.
It's crazy. Oh, college. It feels like they want to play default, but they just don't have the capability for it. They physically cannot play a default Valorant. And now, ooh, look at this. Blade Storm coming out. But Phet decides to wait on using it. Not sure if I like that play, popping it out and not using it. I mean, that shows that they don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, it felt like they were maybe looking to stuff out some aggression as College has made their way onto the table with some nice flashes, but nobody's able to peek off of them. You've wasted your flashes for what? For who?
Yeah, now we got the Blade, or the Blade Storm.
Spike down, B. One enemy
They're able
remaining.
to get one. Lamp and Cable definitely helping out. Makes it a 1 versus 3. Fade chilling out there in the bottom part of the site in the boathouse. And I mean, there's 35 seconds. You do not have to peek this. The spike is down and you know exactly where it is.
Bonsai.
30 seconds left.
Gonna do. There's an op on stairs and there's an Odin and a Vandal on lane. I mean, talk about being stuck in a hard place. This is, you're down 6 feet under, 12 feet under the ocean depths right now. Like, you can't, there's no way you can crawl yourself out of this hole.
Bonsai's definitely gonna try.
10 seconds
but
left.
He's watching and waiting. 4-6 as we go into round 11. It's a solid round. Cornell brings it up and is able to win it out while keeping 3 players alive, which is a big, big plus. They were able to keep an Odin. They can win out these last 2, bring it into 6-6, then that will give me a lot more confidence rather than 7-5 or 8-4. Because Ascent is statistically the most defender-sided map of all time. If you let your attack get 8 rounds, then you are going to lose. There's not much more than that.
Launching smoke.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, you're right. That's just what it is. Right through the smoke, and I think Simpson College has learned their lesson. He's done it one too many times. As Bull here, these two have just been able to kind of keep this site locked down after.
Face your fear!
1, 2, 3, 4.
One enemy
oh
remaining.
my lord, the Odin finally goes down. Scribe picks up 2. Don't tell me we're gonna get another clip for Cliff.
Scribe just keeps on coming. 4 kills for Banthanor, and now 3 for Scribe. 1 versus 2, but the spike is down in a really weird spot right in front of the hallway with 2 guns. Gonna look right at both angles that they need to look at. It's a Vandal, it's an op. Both at 150. Meanwhile, Scribe, they do not have that. They don't have a lot of time either. It's only 35
30
HP,
seconds left.
I believe, for this Omen.
Yeah, not a lot in his pocket. I don't even think he's close to the ultimate as well here. I was thinking maybe he can go to B, get the ult orb, and ult the bomb because he did pick up a couple kills here. Paranoia comes out. Smoke is as well, and can he be the criminal that I think he can be? Scribe.
10 seconds left.
Look at these guys playing.
Last
Oh, they
player
saw him!
standing.
Scribe picks up another!
You have
Almost 5 of them!
That is unbelievable!
Last
Scribe
round
gets
in the
5,
half.
Banthanor gets all 4, and Cornell lets Scribe get an ace.
A clip for clip, Tucker. I said there's no way it's gonna happen again. On split, Banthanor got 4, and then Siders was going off with the knives. Now on Ascent, once again, Banthanor, the trigger point for it, as Scribe gets the ace, and as well as he played that, it was horrendously played by Cornell.
Right? Like, I feel like we're not bringing that up enough. Like, oh my god! What were they doing?
They decided to put their eyes onto the bomb here. They could have just played the A entrance. There definitely wasn't enough time for the Omen to get any kills here. Now, Mobile Strike comes in along with the Odin spray. Doesn't really do too much here as Bonsai with the off. Looking to maybe get something on the Phet, but kbull picks up the kill on the Bonsai. And after that horrendous round, Cornell's mad. They're pissed. They are steaming, Tucker.
Cope, Seed, and Mauled is the name of the game, and they are doing all of those, and they are showing off everything they have. They got the Rage of 1,000 Suns coming in. Banthanor with the Odin. How dare I write
Remaining.
4 kills and you can't get one? Let me show you how it's done. Odin keeps on coming. We go into the half with a 7-5 score line. One
Switching
of the halves
sides.
of Valorant of all time.
Just an absolute smorgasbord of rounds from Cornell and Simpson College. Back to back to back to back. I mean, these guys, I thought it would be just a backbreaker of a round. Scribe picking up the ace, right? He had 6 kills the entire map prior to that ace. He got like double his kill count in nearly 1 round here. I thought that would just break the backs of Cornell, but unfortunately, they're much more sturdier than that. And so they're able to pick it up, get it up to 5-7 here, and
Smoke's down.
let's see what they can do on the offensive side. I said I like their offense a little bit better after map 1, and it just feels like they're just not a CT-sided team here with this double initiator, though, and fast execute potential with the Brimstone. How are they going to be able to do anything as Phet? Jump spots outside is here. The 1v1 on the Jet. Never mind. Banthanor goes down.
Mid.
Insanity. Simpson has been such an awkward team about when it comes to these 1v1s. And right now, they're just making Cornell look silly. Every single 1v1 that they take, Simpson College is getting them with ease. Cornell wasting everything they've got. Try to get onto this B site, get this bomb down. It is one of the harder sites to retake,
Shot dart.
especially with pistols.
Shot dart.
Double shock dart. Looking to maybe stuff out something. And now, waiting on their man advantage. They're going to come in all 5 here pretty soon. Siders going through door. They got 4 around CT. You've got to flood out eventually. kbull in a really good spot.
So many kills.
1
As
enemy
they
remaining.
see on
Try harder.
the scoreboard, the kill feed going insane. It is just all Cornell. The potential to go into the bonus round with a 7-7 scoreline is looming. Cornell deciding to buy up with the Bulldogs and Vandals. Okay, Shibby. I know what they're doing. They are playing long term.
Yeah, I mean, they're
wanna-
opting in.
Yeah, they want to win this and
It's
the
fine.
eco and the bonus.
Pretty much, right? They're opting in to invest in a lot of these rifles. Oh, but that's a scary side. Siders just needs 1 more. Lendo picks up 2. Blight actually picks up on the Lendo. And that's the issue. If you invest so heavily into these rifles, if you die and kbull throws the bulldog away, says, no, you're not going to get this rifle. We may lose the money, but we're not going to give this gun over. And when you invest rifles into the bonus round and if you die, if you take too many casualties, you tank your economy so much.
Really do. Especially this early on when the economy matters so much more, when the pistol and the anti. It just seems like every single cred that you lose is amplified tenfold. Side wide open. Side. Oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. Nobody's clearing out these angles.
Marshall Mathers coming in right now, just absolutely destroying his kbull is on gun disposal duty.
And they're
30
still
seconds left. Last player standing.
They're still peeking.
Spike planted.
Why don't you just run the site? Why don't you help Banthanor? 1 versus 3 now. Banthanor's got to do everything. They have quite a bit of space, but there's not anything else to do. They need to crossfire. They need to play with their team.
With that heavy investment coming out from Cornell, unfortunately, they get washed out. They're bankrupt now. Tucker, you like the idea coming out from them, investing into not only winning the bonus, the anti-eco, winning everything, but now, like a bad stock trader, Cornell, they lose it all. They lose the money, they lose the rifles, and they give so much over to Simpson College. Well played from Siders, the hero of that round on the Marshall. 3 headshots back to back to back to completely destroy Cornell.
2-round advantage is given right back to Simpson. And it's 5 pistols for Cornell. Gonna try to make their way in through the tree. Light holding an advantageous angle. kbull can't land the shots. The crosshair is too elusive. And Blight can't be hit. 5 versus 3 as the Vandal just keeps on serving up these frags. A site still the target of attack for Cornell College. But 2 of the players are stuck in a really awkward spot. We got Lend playing in courtyard. Banthanor going to try to rotate around, try something else.
Recalling my bot.
Lend working his way up tree with Banthanor and the rest of Cornell. A couple pistols in. Yeah, the knife gets shot out, but that's all the information you need. As they know the tree aggression is coming. As
30
Banthanor
seconds
works
left.
his way back mid. Where did he smoke? He smokes off tree. He's just trying to get the plant. Scribe on the Omen. Scribe on the Omen knows what's
Last
up.
player
He
standing.
snuffs it outside though. Picks up one. Scribe on the other end on B side says, you know what? I know what you're trying to do. I know you're trying to get the plant money. I'm just gonna anchor onto the side here and pick you up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, the first official rifle round comes in. The first real round of Valorant comes into this half here. Unfortunately, though, at round 16 of all rounds.
Takes so long, but the second half has finally had a rifle round. And I mean, my Siders still has a bulldog. Like, it's still not even a full buy round.
Yeah, he snuck himself into Winehand. Light has Solomon. Does Banthanor know that one person is Wine? Are they going to check Wine? Because they have not done this play before. Siders picked up one, but can he get out? That's the question. Cloudburst and flashes are here. Yep. He's going to dash out. Going to take the safe route. Not going to be able to walk it, unfortunately, or run. As he dashes out, Siders once again fancying himself. What an immaculate peek. He dashes out and then re-aggresses. Amazing 2 kills coming out from Simpson College here.
Flashbang.
3 versus 4. This round is still winnable. Cornell's got to play this right. They can't let up any more of these random kills. Got to play this right. Spike is down. and these sides are completely flipped. They've got to pretty much hurry because you have Scribe playing on the flank. And if this Cornell team can't
30
move quick,
seconds
then
left.
they're just going to completely fall to the open.
They're watching
with the
three.
open. They're not
Last
watching
player
three.
standing.
Clear your angles, guys. Hold them all and push. And Scribe forces this match to round 10. Double digits now reached for Cornell, or for Simpson. Cornell calls the timeout.
Yeah, after getting sprayed down with the Odin like that, I would have called the timeout there too. I mean, Scribe on the flank here picks up all three, didn't even need his team, and that was Scribe and Siders just winning that round, right? Siders got 2 kills, Scribe got 3, and that was over. Cornell, I said I liked them on offense. I said they were better suited for offense here, but right now, Simpson College, after losing map 1, are just putting their foot down, pedal to the metal, and just trying to run away with the game.
They are absolutely stomping on Cornell right now. And the worst part of it is Cornell is letting it happen. I think you can absolutely agree with me on this. Cornell is playing in a way that they do not have to play. They have so many opportunities to win all of these rounds out, and they just make the wrong decision, and it's cost them time and time and time again. And all of a sudden, their opponents are at double digits, and they are on the verge of forcing a map 3. And Cornell College is just letting it happen. Something needs to change right now.
I think it's just the way they're approaching some of these offenses. I mean, they do have a broken buy at the moment. A couple pistols. I think I saw like a rifle or 2. No, it's not even a rifle. 2 stingers on the side of Cornell. And they get the kill on the Siders. They even pick up the op here potentially. I don't know if they actually were able to get it. It did get smoked off here, but they at least take that out of the equation here. And 4v5. And gotta work on your flashes, buddy.
Yeah, they tried. A for effort, F for execution. I've seen that's a little harsh. It was more like a C or D. It was okay. I've had better. But
I've had worse.
But back to the round.
Prepare for
That's the B
hellfire.
site on the attack.
One suppressed.
50 seconds to go. This should be an easy plant.
The orbital strike got invested back onto the back of B side here onto boat. Very interesting, just to clear it out. Doesn't get anybody here, but like you said, one of the tougher sites to retake. Although Simpson College, they do have rifles in hand, but Cable has a nice flank. Gets the 1 tap. Is he gonna get able to go there? No, Anomaly picks it up, but the 3v4, he's done more than enough on this eco.
Oh, the Stinger! Long range does a lot of damage to those players. Not enough to get those frags. Now they are completely
Last
reversed.
player standing.
Shots are not found. Anomaly getting
Molly on the
defused.
bomb.
The Molly.
Last player
It's
standing.
gonna be enough.
Clutch.
Banthanor gets another 4K, but this time the team does enough. 3 rounds away is Cornell. The timeout did wonders.
And I thought it was a lineup from Banthanor. I think he just bank shotted it off the wall. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna just throw it down real quick here. More than enough time. Throws the molly down, stalls out the bomb, and for a second there, I thought Simpson College had the bomb site, but I forgot about the post plant coming out from Banthanor from the rest of the team. Able to hold it down here. A nice eco from them. Now the null command gets put into play here. Cable pops the ultimate, and they're just gonna get the site for free. And yeah, respect is given from Simpson College here. You get that site for free, and now, what do you do?
Gotta get that plant down pretty quickly. Be careful of the dissipating. Cable catches Scribe, smoke, sees the animation.
No charges.
5v4, perfect position for Cornell, and Banthanor are gonna make it even more than perfect. The ults are running up. They've got 3 right now, but they do not even need any of them this time around. Siders pops the Blade Storm ult, trying to come on the flank. But speaking of flank, look at Cable.
Found them.
Flank of maximum magnitude. Siders, Cable goes down. It's a 3 versus 2. The spike is
Last
starting to
player
tick.
standing.
Down goes the diffuser. It's a 1
More
versus
than
2,
enough.
but there's no time left.
Cornell College. They may have lost their lives, but they won the round. They paid for the win in blood here. They're doing enough. They're building momentum. Not even a couple rounds ago, it was 6-9. And now it's 8-10 here. They're cutting the round lead slowly but surely. And Simpson College, I don't know if they've got much more money to work with in the bank. Yeah, they won, I believe, 3 or 4 rounds in a row, but slowly but surely their economy is draining. They've got to win this round to stem the bleeding.
One away. They can't let Cornell solidify that momentum. Fortunately for Simpson, they have a lot of ults. Hunter's Fury, Bladestorm Lockdown, in my opinion, the 3 best on the board right now. And if this round goes according to plan, then the lead will be completely chopped away down to just 1, as it seems to be an A hit. But there's still a lot of time. Cornell can absolutely change their mind if they want to, but it looks like they're not going to. They're going to expend the utility. They're going to get themselves onto the A side. They're going to get that spike down, and they're going to try their damnedest to win this round.
Kbull. Watching flank right now, a couple more is Kbull and Banthanor go down completely on the backside here. Scribe and Siders is able to get everything. The ultimate comes down from KO, and they're going to be able to retake this site. The No Command is doing so much work. Land.
Get out of my way.
1 enemy remaining.
Placing swamp
Last
grenade.
player standing.
Unbelievable
Bomb
stuff.
grenade out.
Now the spike is ticking.
Turret down.
So much utilities on it. Siders is low. Just gotta pop the swarm grenade, but Lin 1 gets 1. Does me 1 better, why don't you?
Land with a massive flank, and the control, right? Spray, tap, spray, tap, spray, tap. Backs out, allows the rest of his team to peek out, and that was a round that should have been Simpson College's. Once again, slips through their fingers. They're covered in oil right now.
Butterfingers.
Here.
That's how it is.
Here.
These have been the butteriest rounds that I have seen in a while. Cornell has had so many potential round wins that just completely slip out of their hands. Ditto for Simpson College, and after that one, they're going to call a timeout. They're in a really rough position. They are losing the ulti battle. They do not have any momentum on their side. I believe that they are also looking really rough economically. So they have a magnitude and multitude of things going wrong with them.
It's like you just said, right? It's like, well, what do they need to work on? They need to work on their retaking, their executing, their gunfights, their 1v1s, their ult usage, their economy. I mean, it feels like you just went down a laundry list of, hey, they're doing everything wrong and everything is not going in their favor. As Cornell, once again, from the offensive side, round by round, piece by piece, body shot by body shot, are whittling away Simpson's lead.
Turrets destroyed.
They are absolutely running up everything that they can. It's going to be a mid push, at least a mid exposure for this Cornell College. A lot of presence being shown at the middle part. Kbull has got alert, but there's no way that they can get that one going. A site open. They might not clear it out. Oh, now they do. Spike goes down. 5v4, and Cornell is looking really, really solid. There goes Phet with one as well.
Scribe goes down.
Revealing area.
5 retake. And Simpson College, they didn't invest too much, but they did invest just enough to try to maybe make something work here. They can get some kills on the back end, but it feels like if Cornell
1 enemy
pick up
remaining.
this round, they're just gonna have a nice eco lead. They go flawless. Kbull on the back end picks up 2 here, and he's just been getting so much space onto this tree side. It feels like Simpson College, once again, is kind of giving up control of spots that you just cannot allow them to just take, right? Tree, for example, has been just completely unguarded. Cable has been able to get so deep into tree, he goes into near garden, and he's able to get this crazy flank off, and you have to burn
Eyes on
util
target.
to flush him out there, and it feels so rough if you're on the side of Simpson College. Now, rifles have come out here. Let's see if Simpson College can turn their fate. They're a couple rounds down right now. They've lost 5, 6 in a row. It's evened up, but the lockdown gets put into place. It's gonna give them a fight virtually for free. Let's see what burns in this.
Revealing
Coming
area.
out. Lockdown being utilized for hellfire. Perfection. No!
Spike
Lamp
down,
runs
B.
around the box. They don't know that the spike's on top. The swarm grenade is on
Spike's
top
down.
of the box. It's a
Placing swarm grenade.
fantastic molly.
Placing swarm grenade.
And the Sova just falls to it. Oh no.
Placing alarm bot.
That's unfortunate.
What an alarm bot though plays from Len. Like he's gonna lock this site down pretty much if they start aggressing. Their takedown comes in and Bonsai picks up the kill on Len. So the post plant is there.
Last
You
player
still got
standing.
the brimstone ready. Does he have the molly lineup? Does he got something? Is he better?
No.
No, the molly though.
Wait. The molly lands. It's halved. I don't think there's enough time. No, they're gonna get it.
Death. The spike is diffused.
Scribe says no, no, no. That molly will not deter me, unfortunately. The bomb does get halved at Simpson College. What a nice play from them. What a nice molly from the KJ here on top of the box. Completely catches Sova off guard here. Lamp had no clue. Anomaly has been having a rough game on the KJ. Has been relegated to retake duty most of the time here. But gets the kills where they count here. Very nice from Simpson College. They have stifled, they have stemmed the hemorrhaging of rounds and have finally taken themselves a lead.
Shadows traveling.
Let's get it on for round number
You
22.
powerless.
VonKampen gonna come out. It'll be a B site take. And I'll tell you what, I bet the Sova's not going to try that again. They know about the swarm grenade this time around. Spike's gonna get planted. It'll be a 4 versus
Spike
5
going
versus 5 retake this time. A lot of ults on the board for Simpson College. They have a lockdown and they have a blade storm. The blade storm has already been popped.
Shadows traveling.
Wow, I want to see them invest the lockdown here. Get it to that match point, right? I mean, this retake is hard, but if you get the lockdown in, it's going to be powerful. As Scribe gets him on the other side, he dies. They trade 1-for-1 as well, gets another one. So now, 42 for Simpson College, and another kill comes out from Anomaly with the Spectre. And now it's only 2 more. The Hunter's Fury onto the bomb site. They played the post plant excellently, as he's going to try to get it to half. You can only take 2.
Last player standing.
They've got to run.
He's going to stick it.
Clutch.
Oh, so close! Shot start is almost there. Len Ford
Match point.
gets the kill, but it's too late. Match point for Simpson College on the verge of map 3. What a game so far, Shibby.
Ice in his veins, Anomaly. Call him Jack Frost. Sticks the bomb, makes it to match point. 12 to
Deep
10.
breath.
Fear is non-existent in that man.
Scanning ahead.
At points like this, fear cannot rule you. Overtime is now forced from Cornell. If they want to win this out, we will have to see an OT game. Round 23 getting underway. Cornell playing through courtyard. They're going to have to be careful of the Omen. Chilling out in the corner with none other than the Odin. Oh, wow.
Gets swung. Still on here. 2 more. Are they gonna believe that? Banthanor picks up another, and so now, once
Plant the
again,
spike.
they've taken control of the B-bomb side, and yep, that storm grenade's not gonna get any more value. it's been taken out here. And so what does Simpson College do? They save their guns. They try to break some of the eco going into this final round here, potentially. Simpson College, 3v5. They say, you know what? We're going to go for the retake. Let me get some swings in. Phet takes a little bit of damage here.
Blocking sight.
They do. Because it gets detected by the 0 point. But then there's out is ticking. The utility is starting to dwindle. Spraying through. Anomaly gets beat down real low. Just 10 points.
Last player
Lamp,
standing.
double kill. Siders goes down. Make it 3 on the round. And we go to round 24. Shibby. All 24 rounds being utilized.
They're going to go the distance here, and I think we're going to see full buys coming out from every team here. Simpson College. No, I lied. Stinger in hand. Stingers in hand for most of Simpson right now. A Spectre, a Ghost, and...
Eyes up.
Cornell College, they just got to wrap this up. They've got to clean this round out so they can make it to OT. That's where the real game probably begins once again. I don't know if Simpson College can eke this round out. If they do, it'll be by miracle.
Revealing area.
I tell you, if you asked me if I believed in miracles before this match, I might have said yes, I might have said no, but after seeing this round for nearly 2 hours, I believe. The attacker lockdown now comes out over on the B side, and it looks like that's where the push is going to be. There's simply no way for this defense to stop them. Simpson College has no way to get this one and keep it away. Fight's going to go down with very little resistance.
Banthanor is playing with this turret. They're gonna only think, oh, the knife just misses out too. Banthanor, he's in such a good spot right now.
Oh no! Switches the gun at just the wrong time. There's not a lot of weapons.
Last player
Anomaly
standing.
gets pop flash, leaving it up to Siders, but they have a Phantom. This is doable, but Phet says no. Phet says OT.
Switching sides. Overtime.
Back to square one for both of these teams. You gotta win 2 rounds in a row here for anybody unfamiliar with the rounds of OT in Valorant. It swaps after 1, attackers and defenders, and then, once again, after that round, it swaps back and forth until a winner is decided. There's no drawing, I believe.
No
Because this is the
drawing.
competitive side. So you just gotta go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until finally somebody gets a 2-round lead here. And Cornell back on the defensive. This is where Simpson College made their money. And you look at Siders, man. This guy is dropping a 30 bomb. He's saying, please help me out. I need somebody to pick up some of the load, because right now, the way the world is on his shoulders, and it's slowly slipping away.
Chibi, I've not seen too many OTs here at MEC, but man, if there's any OT to go the distance, it's likely this one. I would not be surprised if we see 10 more rounds, 20, 30, 40, 50. We might be here for a week.
Oh, don't tempt me with a good time, Tucker. I'll be here as long as needed. As Banthanor maybe looking to shut that down pretty quickly as he's playing his prototypical spot here.
Molly!
Smoke after smoke after smoke. Drops the Molly as well. He's got the Odin in the corner. Drive. Odin's 1. Do they trade him out? He gets 2. And that's all you need. You run away. You back out. And Simpson College, 2 of the most crucial members, their smoke and their initiator goes down. They've just got to dry take the side, and Cable wants more.
24 seconds to go. They've got to disregard everything
One
that
enemy
they
remaining.
have.
Spike
and
down A.
Push. And Banthanor and Phet waits for them. 1 versus
10 seconds
3.
left.
Blight staring at a stone wall. No chance they get there. It's Cornell on match point.
Switching sides. Match point.
Level heads until we're home, yes?
A nice round from them being down by 7 to now on match point 13-2. And Cornell, will they go the tried and true B bomb site that they've had so much success on? Or will they try to switch it up? Will they go through tree? Will they go through A main and look to do the split? Right now, it looks like they're playing the sort of default position here. Just looking at game
Standing
space, looking to maybe punish some aggression as the knife does get dodged out. Doesn't pick up anybody, and that could be some false information. That could signal to them that maybe the rest of the team is going B, and so the rotation comes out. Mid is the subject right now as both Jet and KO working their way up to tree, and we had an issue with Simpson College, right? They just give up this tree area for free, and I don't agree with that, Tucker.
No, this is such a pivotal position where you can go through garden or you could get onto site easily. And they just give it up for free every single round because now Cornell, they've got the site, they've got the tree room, and they
Right here.
can do whatever they please with it. They can try to go through guards, but it looks like they're going to try their hand at pushing the site. It's a double kill. Banthanor and Phet making it rain. The Odin keeps on pushing through. The orbital
One
strike
suppressed.
is available. This is the perfect position, and look at the KJ on the flank. There is such an advantage here for Cornell College. There's simply nothing that Simpson can do without getting a mountain of pressure getting put right on their back. Cable gets the drop. Anomaly wins out that fight.
Bomb grenade
Grenade's
out.
going to try to deny it. The flank.
Here for hellfire!
Last player standing.
Banthanor! Double! 8 HP per try! And there it is!
Attackers
4
win.
on the round, and 14 rounds is what it takes.
Cornell and Simpson go the distance, but the stamina is on Cornell's side, on the back of Banthanor, on the back of the post plant, like you mentioned. Orbital strike and the nade come in. Siders having himself a hell of a game, 35 and 17, 380 ACS, an unreal performance. But unfortunately, it's not enough. Cornell take the series 2-0 in nail-biting fashion. Tucker.
Look at the nails. They're gone.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was going to be a stomp, right? Simpson College, they were underdogs. But by God, they made it competitive. And a couple rounds here, a couple rounds there, and we could be singing a very different tale. But congratulations to Cornell for taking up the 2-0. But a damn good job from Simpson, and rest of MEC, better look out for these boys.
Yeah, absolutely. This put these two teams on the map, specifically Simpson. They've had a really tough time getting themselves in the mind of all the other teams of the MEC, kind of been more of the underdogs of the MEC, and they haven't really been taken seriously. That gets them on the map. So kudos to both of these teams, and a big congrats to Cornell College. But while we're on the topic of underdogs, Southwest Baptist coming up next, going to take on Cleveland State University, who we saw just a little bit ago in one last match of the night. I hope that you all stay tuned because we are not done yet. One more match, and then we're gone. We'll see you soon.